Dear Recruit, your life applications officer. Um, Here we go with another one. Um, what are we talking about here? We're talking about certified citizens versus street people, or street people versus certified citizens. And sometimes I talk real fast, and I say some things that I didn't mean to say. Africans, real quickly, are very diverse, and I should know better because I have a number of African friends. I work with African people every day of my life. There's a lot of them here, and I work with them. Okay, so they are very diverse, and it's wrong for me to say that Africans and voodoo and all like that. What I meant to say was Haitians. Going back to the number of cases that I've heard in this country and other places where Haitians seem to be a problem for the American people, a problem for white people. Haitians are like the new black in some places. It's not just Africans. Again, Africans are very diverse. We got Africans that think they black. Okay, we got Africans that don't like blacks. We got Africans that think they Haitians. Okay, and we got Africans that come from some very, very bad parts of Africa. And they don't know any better. They don't know any better. But that's a good point. When you don't know any better, when you don't know any better, how do you get to know better? You know? How do you get to know better if you don't know any better? You know? Trying to use this computer instead of my laptop, but this one got a problem with one of the drivers that just won't go away. I installed drivers and everything in it, and it looks like we're in. I have to always keep rebooting this computer until I get my drivers fixed. Now, why'd you go back? That's why I want to use my computer. My laptop, I got to program it to obey me. Stop doing its own thing. Well, my computer, it needs to have its calling checked. Okay, it's got calling cancer or some junk. I don't know what's the problem. Either it's got a constant menstrual problem, or it needs to have its calling check. It's really getting on my last nerve. You just now asking me this question, you dummy? I don't even know I don't even know how to answer this question. All this time, you didn't know what browser I'm on? You know you know your computer needs to be fixed when it done forgot what browser you on. I thought I was on Google Chrome, but obviously not. Okay? Get off of there. All this stuff can go. All this can go. Now, got that nonsense out of the way. Let's see how long you take to get me there. It's gonna take forever. But I'll talk while we're waiting to get there. Loading pretty nice. Although it still needs to be fixed. Anyway, again, we were talking about coming out as or converting to. Okay, that's another video all by itself. And here's another one. Highly opinionated is not intolerant. This dumb computer. I'm trying to set it up so I can look this way instead of my laptop. You know. But my computer runs kind of slow, and then because there's drivers missing, it makes me do everything all over again. See, no, I shouldn't have did that. I should have just declined and said no thank you. Now you're going to take all day to do all this. But anyway, if I'm highly opinionated about something that you're doing that I'm against, if I call you out because you brought it up about something that you're into that I'm not into, that I detest, okay, or maybe it's something about me that you detest and I call you out on what you detest, either way, the fact remains that I'm not showing bigotry unless I tamper with your rights. Now, what the atheists have tried to do is actual bigotry and actual criminality, okay? They've tried to, while they get on YouTube and they argue with Christians and call Christians all kinds of names, and then on the flip side of that, they're saying, well, we're trying to help Christians. We're trying to help Christians, get in touch with reality, and they don't have to be afraid of going to hell, and blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, you're cutting the hands off of Jesus and taking crosses off of churches and trying to shut churches down, and you're going and taking school buildings and hospitals and that and saying it's against it's non-American or it's against the Constitution or some junk. They have crosses on that hospital or on that school or whatever, and it's like, bite me, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just dumb. Okay? And atheists, speaking of street people, atheists are kind of street. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of atheists. I think the street ones are more tolerable, though, than the ones that don't have to be on the street anymore, like Dillahunty and Harris, and Hitchens is dead, and Dawkins. I haven't heard much about him lately. Is he still alive? I don't hear him griping and complaining lately. I don't know. Is he still alive? Maybe he converted. I know at one time he was... I know he did get overwhelmed with trying to convince people of atheism. He got overwhelmed with constantly yakety-yakking and complaining about Christians, believing in God and how it's the most stupidest thing ever and blah, 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 blah. But, nevertheless, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about him lately. Haven't heard anything. Um, so if I'm highly opinionated about something, it's not bigotry, is the point. Um, I don't care if you're highly opinionated about something. As long as us being highly opinionated about whatever we believe doesn't attack our freedom. But what the LGBTQ community is doing is they're taking their high opinionation and they're pushing it on our children. They're pushing it on the rest of America, and they're saying, oh, now you got to get your pronouns right. There's a change in the pronouns. And, you know, if I know that that's a guy in a dress, I'm not allowed to acknowledge him as a guy. I have to acknowledge the dress. That's easy. That's easy, but there are people out there walking around in plain clothes, and I've already had it happen to me. Where there's people out there walking around in plain clothes, and when I addressed her as a lady, she got really angry and said she's a he. I've worked jobs, a number of jobs, where somebody's about to punch my lights out because they look like a woman, and I called them a woman. And they said, I'm a he, call, you know. To me, that is criminal. I understand, you know, we have to accept that the devil is real. As I did in a video not too long ago about, you know, the demons being real and the ghost and all like that. We have to accept that the spiritual forces behind anything are real. And so I'm not surprised that you may be crazy enough to want to argue about, that you might want to argue about about your identity or so. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not lost. Here we are. Dumb butt. Go back. Right there. Where are you going? So here we are. We don't have to struggle like this. And that's why I say it's spiritual. It's got to be spiritual. It's very demonic of you as well as behind you to try and make me talk a certain way and make me see things that I don't see. I don't see a woman there. I see a man. I don't see a man there. I see a woman. And just 20 years ago it was okay. That if I saw a woman, I called it like I saw it. If I saw a man, I called it like I saw it. But now, oh, he looks kind of weird. Let me check. Them shoes look kind of gay. I don't know. Is it just a gay dude, or is it a woman? Is it a gay dude? Is it a gay transgender dude? What is it? Okay? That's not fair. That's not fair. Just like I know a guy right now. He's new in this town. Just moved here. For the first 2 weeks of his life here, he couldn't get nowhere. I think he was offering the bus driver sex to help him get around for free. That just could be, you know, I don't know. But I know that that's a dude. He can let his hair, gorgeous hair, go down his back all he want to do. Got his chest sticking out. You know what I'm saying? But that's a woman. That's a dude. Okay? And somebody said to me the other day, we were talking, and I mentioned, and he mentioned him. He said, I couldn't. Yeah, I said, well, yeah, that's a dude. He said, you sure? That's a dude. That's a dude. That's not a woman, man. That's a dude. Okay. But he makes it easy for us. All that he's doing to be a woman, even though there's still parts of him that are 100% dude. Okay. Okay. I know that that's a dude, but I understand by looking at him that he wants to be defined as a woman. Now, see, but if I look at him and understand that he obviously wants to be defined as a woman, and I call him a ma'am, and he gets angry at me, that's not fair is what I'm saying. That's not fair. Okay? And this is very street, as I said in the first video. This is very street. These are street people. Because they make sure, number one, that they're in your space. Number one. Okay? Not on the job. Not at the restaurant. Not somewhere where you expect them to show up. But they're in your space, in a place to where you have to be affected by who or what they try to be. Like it needs to be my business. Okay? That is the problem. Okay? They are invading our spaces. That's the problem. And so that makes them street people. Because street people invade other people's spaces. Just like one of my jobs is a security job. One of my jobs as a security guard in all the security positions that I've held up until this day is to keep the street people from bringing street nonsense into an inside facility. See, the inside facility owns so much property outside and it owns everything inside, obviously. So, if you're not a guest, why are you here? If you're not here for a specific reason that has something to do with this property, why are you here? You can come in here dressed as a bum if you want to, as long as you're there to do business. But if you're not there to do business, why are you here? Okay? And that is what I mean when I say street people. Because they make their issue your business. Some people ride the bus just to be noticed. Some people go downtown just to be noticed. Some people ride the bus just to cause trouble. Some people go downtown just to cause trouble. And they're not always defined as sexualized or thugs. They still are there for that purpose, to be recognized as something that they're not, to get some kind of attention. Because why? Because everybody doesn't get to escape this. See, you might be one of them guys that just sitting on the sidelines talking about, well, I got nothing against gay people. Well, I think Christians should mind their own business and let gay people mind their own business. And hold up, why ain't you gay? Why ain't I gay? You know why you're not gay? You know why I'm not gay? Oh, you think it was your choice? No, it wasn't, because it wasn't their choice. I'm not gay because I refuse to be gay. Okay? Simple as that. Same thing for you. Because the day that you decide that, oh, you need to prove that you're not homophobic, is the day you become gay. It's okay to go around and just be yourself and do what you do every day and say, okay, well, gay's not my thing, and I'm not, I've never really went down. Okay, I can do that too. I can play that game too. But the day that you go out of your way, and I've seen this happen in real time, the day that you decide that I need to prove to the world that I'm not homophobic, I need to be activist about the LGBT community, even though I'm not LGBTQ myself. Okay? The day you do that, okay, let me know. I'm going to buy you some high heels, because you will be gay. Because that is beyond what being non-homophobic means. Now you've went into their territory. You're joining the family now. Okay? So that's why that's a street issue. Okay? That's why that is a street issue. Okay? And don't put me in a predicament where you want to argue with me, but at the same time, behind me back there, you're cutting us up in pieces and tearing us up and tearing down our rights and canceling our culture and you name it. And what it really is about is you want to find one person, like let's say Dave Chappelle. You want to find one person that you can argue with and make us all suffer. The ones that ain't arguing with you about it. The ones that are letting you have your way about it. You want to make us all suffer. You street rats. You want to make us all suffer. And Dave Chappelle is one that showed the world out there, okay, that you can't make him suffer. He, in that video, that Netflix video, The Closer, he apologized. He apologized to the LGBTQ community while he made fun of them again. He said, this is my last, what do you say, home video or home show or whatever he called it. And the whole thing was on LGBTQ. Okay? And Netflix, I guess, says that they're anti-LGBTQ, or they feel that everybody has a right to express themselves the way that they want to. As long as they, like I'm saying, don't tamper with anybody's rights. You got a right to be gay. That's okay, you do you. But if I want to call out what's wrong with gayism, I'm doing me. You can't stop me. So if I'm highly opinionated, that's not a problem for anybody until I tamper with your rights. And there is no way after all this time that I can tamper with your rights. But I do believe that we need to go to war against what the LGBTQ community is now trying to do to our children, trying to convert our children, as the man openly said in public, okay? And nobody's canceling his behind, okay? What they're trying to do with our English language, what they're trying to do to our schools and colleges and facilities. The job that I just left, they're turning every bathroom into a multi-gender bathroom. But they did a good job, though, because the big bathrooms are still men and women. The little bathrooms are all people. Now, how much you want to bet that a lot of transgender people ain't happy about that? Why do they want to be in the bathroom showing you boobs attached to a penis? Why do they want to do that? Why do they want to be in the bathroom where they're going to show a vagina next to all this hairy, manly hairs all over, from, with facial hairs and everything all the way down to the toenail? Okay? Why do they want to show you that? You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you why they want to show you that. Because they're street people. They want to push their fakeness on you. Because that's the only way to make it real, is when they assault you with it. Because sitting at home being transgender, nobody's going to care. Sitting at home being gay, nobody's going to care. It isn't until they get out there and cause trouble that they begin to feel like they're demanding respect. But how do you grow up? How do you get into something? When you were straight, you didn't demand respect. It wasn't until you got gay that you decided you needed to demand respect. It wasn't until you decided to play with your own gender that you decided that you needed to demand respect. You didn't have that problem when you was thinking about being transgender, when you was thinking about being gay. You didn't have that problem. That's enough of that. I'm going to stay highly opinionated about Jesus. Okay? Heaven and hell, and who goes there and who don't. Don't mean no hatred towards you. But it's real to me. Street philosophies. Okay? What's a street philosophy? If you take something that is vulgar, like the hatred towards Donald Trump, is a street philosophy. Because Donald Trump did whatever he did. And trust me, I caught him in the act. They were controlling Trump, telling Trump when he was going too far. Just like when the coronavirus went out. They caught up with Trump and they said, hey, Trump, I understand that you don't want to shut down, but we might need to shut down for at least a period of time so that, you don't want to be responsible for people dying because you failed to deal with this properly. I caught him in the act. And then Fauci and all those that converted to Biden when Trump left office, all those turned out to be liars. Okay? But, Trump did what he needed to do. But yet, everybody lying and hating on Trump without any evidence to prove their theory is very street. Is a street philosophy. When the only way for you to connect with a religion is find it on the street, that religion becomes a street philosophy. Okay? That's why I tell Christians, this is 2021 going on 22. We need to update and upgrade our ways of evangelism. We don't need to be out on the street right now. That's not a place to convert people. That's the place to get shot. And somebody shoots you in self-defense, okay, because you was preaching the gospel, okay, don't be surprised if the law enforcement says amen, okay. Don't be surprised if don't nobody allow you to make a court case out of it and defend yourself, okay. I just recently heard that a lot of people, like people with muscles, are now getting so angry. We got Mike Tyson who's known to bite off people's ears. Okay? He's getting angry with Christians now, getting sick and tired. He's punching the wall about Christians. And what is that one guy that played in the Marine? Austin. I forget what his first name is. Or is Austin his last name? But that actor that's another muscle man like Tyson, MMA star, as well as a superstar, played in a lot of Marine films. He wants to choke out Christians. Isn't it funny how this wasn't going on 20 years ago, but it's going on now? I had an MMA guy that I wasn't even talking to get in my conversation with another person and tell me how he wanted to choke Christians out. Okay? People like that don't keep their jobs forever. People like that end up being alcoholics, and somewhere down the line ending up in jail. Okay? we have a right. If people have a right to be gay and transgender, I definitely got a right to be a Christian. And if transgender people and gay people can talk about me, oh, I'm gonna talk about them too. You can snap my little head right off, Mr. Austin. You can bite my ear off, Mr. Tyson. Okay? Because, you know what? I'm going to stand up for truth no matter what. But there's a lot of philosophies out on the street. Marijuana is a street philosophy. You still can't smoke it on it works. So why are you arguing about it? You have to be in the privacy of your own home to smoke it. My goodness, you can smoke cigars in the back room at work and turn the fire alarm system off. They're not going to let you smoke marijuana. Duh. Okay? Your business out in the street or off the street. Your business out in the street or off the street. Is it? Is it? Is it on the street or off the street? Now, your business on the street, and this is one of the things that Biden is doing, he's piling up on street people and street philosophies in order to control how many Republicans will be in the next election. That's what this is all about. If he has enough street people, enough immigrants, enough gays, enough Muslims, enough black people, enough thugs, enough people that don't know how to go out and get a daggone job on his side, there is no way a Republican can win ever again. With all these immigrants coming over here, and this is the biggest control I've ever seen. And I expected this from other countries. I didn't expect this from America. I'm really appalled with the behavior of Mr. Biden. But it ain't just Mr. Biden alone. He made a promise to some lobbyists. That's how it's done. I don't think Biden alone got enough brain, because you can look at him, the way he explains things, and tell that he's not in this alone. But there's little Hitlers behind the scenes, okay, that think that you think they're staying out of it. No, they're very much in on it. They are spearheading it, actually. Okay? Inside people practice better peace and safety. That's true. Inside people practice better peace and safety. What are inside people? People that believe that whatever we do by a peaceful corporation. Even if we're running a sex trafficking ring, we don't put it out there for everybody to suffer it and to disagree with it. And we make sure the women that are in our sex trafficking ring and our little scandal agree with it. That's how the Illuminati has survived all these years, because most of the people in it are glad to be in it. Okay? All right? But again, even the Illuminati, their fans, they're making their money off of street people. Okay? But inside people are, people who run a corporation. Okay? And they don't need street people to pile up their money. They can make money from people like themselves. Okay? Or they can make money from the middle class. That's why you don't have to worry about peace and safety. It will be there because these people practice from a private sector. You have to earn your place in this sector. You can't just come in off the street. And they don't get their sector off the street. Okay? And when Christians become Christians, everything from their personal hygiene to their dress code to the way they talk and behave begins to gradually change. So they're no longer street people. They're no longer unworthy of a private sector. Now they are worthy of a secret society, and we are. That's another video. Now they're worthy of a secret society because they have converted enough to be in a secret society. They have been converted enough to fit into this secret society. And when I say secret society, I'm saying it's a secret because unless you are born again of the Spirit, you do not understand things that are spiritual. Because there's two levels of spirituality. There's satanic and there's Christian. There's God and there's a satanic realm. Okay? If you don't know which is which, you're not worthy to be in the family of God. You're not worthy. You're dangerous to the church. You're not good for the church. Where am I at here? Wow. Christians and street ministry. Again, like I already said, Christians need to rethink evangelism today. Now, back in the Apostles' day, it might have been good. Everybody was out there speaking on the street, and everybody wanted to offer a type of peace at first. But nowadays, it's like people see you coming, and they're all ready to fight. They don't want to talk. They're ready to fight. Don't even start, man. Don't even start. You know. Lastly, how diverse should America be? I'm going to say it again. I follow seniority. That's me. Okay? If I'm not seniority, if I've not earned seniority, I follow seniority. And what that means is the culture that's always been in America, / Christian, / Geo-Christian, Caucasian, America, North America, whatever that is. Protestant, you name it. The founding fathers of this nation were Protestants. They believed in the King James Bible. Okay? Most of them were white. Okay? Most of them were white. And most of them identified as Christian. Okay? I follow seniority. I don't follow blacks. I love blacks. I want to help blacks. You know what I'm saying? We can go down and make this money together. We can go and clean this place together. We can go and make America great together. But I do not worship black politics. I do not worship Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. Okay? Like my pastor said, and like even what is his name? Forget what his name is. He played in Pulp Fiction. The black guy. He plays on a lot of movies. He did that movie called God. His name will come to me as soon as I hit the button. But like he said, stop calling everything white and black, and then you ain't got to worry about racism. Okay, Denzel Washington said that. My pastor said that. Okay, Stop calling everything black and white, and you ain't got to worry about racism. I don't call you white, you don't call me black. I don't call it racism. You don't call yourself racist. You don't call me a racist. It's all on how we talk about things to each other, how we look at each other, and how we identify with each other. So that's that. I finally completed it. I am Delroy Cruz. I am your Life Applications Officer. Thank you for watching. I will see you soon with probably another one to clarify some things on this one, because there were some things I wanted to say and I should have wrote them down. I couldn't get them off the top of my head. But I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.